Okay, it is Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025. It's windy. Well, we had a little bit of raindrop. Had a few raindrops when I looked up, there was no cloud. I'm like, where's this rain coming from? Little raindrops on the car. So it's a little bit of unstable weather for the next few days, possible rain chances. I know it's windy. Franny wants to get out the window, but the window's not down all the way. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to hear me at all. So, yeah, fields getting harvested, bugs flying. I'm hoping there's one field next to Westwood that got harvested, so I'm hoping all that kind of gets done before next week, because it's kind of miserable, especially as dry as it's been. Let me roll this up a little bit. As dry as it's been, man, it gets so dusty. The car's full of dust everywhere in the air. All we are is dust in the wind. So, yeah, it's kind of the bad part of fall, you know, the harvest season and all the dust and all the bugs coming out of their habitats. Made a video yesterday about the Equinox, and I realized after the fact that I might have slipped some things out that, you know, stream of consciousness stuff I probably shouldn't talk about. So I didn't post it. At some point I might release it. Oh, the anticipation builds. What that's going to be. Nah, I just, no. Speaking of the Equinox, I'll get into it a little bit today. I mean, you've got a period of equal light and darkness, and I think it was yesterday at 1:19 p.m. was the middle of the equinox. That's when it was same amount of dark, same amount of light, day and night. And then we move into the darkening period right now of the seasons. Pretty important stuff. People don't really, I mean, I think internally we realize it, because, you know, you get this winter depression onset. I don't know, the winter blues they call it, because you're lacking daylight, and you're getting to the point when you think about this as ancient cultures for technology. Your day is ruled by the sun. What you do, what you eat is ruled by the sun. So it's no accident, there are no accidents, there are no coincidences. It's no accident that so many people worship the sun and personify the sun. What is this? Franny. So personified the fun. Yeah, the fun. Put the fun in dysfunction. Personified the sun, anthropomorphized it, I guess you could say. You know, Apollo, and gave it different names. I don't know if it was Ra, sun god. I'm not sure which one it is. I'm not good on my mythology a lot of times. I just internally get it, you know. I don't have to name it. But people in the past named it. You know, it made it easier to, somebody's kicking up dust. Stay on the road. Oh, there's the sun. Whew. I should have. I'll do that later. But, you know, the sun was the all-important thing. The most important thing in the sky. It gave energy, and that's what it is, an energy ball, you know, when you look at it, just shooting out energy waves to Earth. You know, solar panels, look at the magic of that and what it does. It collects the light, the energy from the sun, and you can turn it into a different form of energy. That's really what, I got stuff going on in my head here. I got to pick a path, pick a neural pathway. So you've got the sun, which brings the crops, you know, brings energy, creates vitamin D in your body, sustains life, photosynthesis. Very important. And so it's no accident that people would worship the sun and, you know, want to call it by name and give it honor, and you know, because of the benefits that it brings. And so the seasonal changes, and that's how Easter, you know, it's after like some full moon, the first, you know, I don't know what it is, I never remember, but it's based on sun and moon cycles. I think mostly the moon, and that determines when Easter is. And so we have that latent knowledge, understanding of what death, rebirth is in the seasons. You know, we're moving into that period to where the sun is going to die in the sky at the winter solstice. It's the shortest day of the year, where the sun for 2 or 3 days, it troughs down and kind of hangs there. If you look at the path, it looks like it's dying, but then it resurrects. and it rises again. And it's interesting to me that during Christmas time, we have this resurrection of the sun, and we celebrate Christmas for different reasons, but it's all kind of interconnected, I believe, and we carry that with us. It changes, it affects us, let's just say that. And so astrologically, that's why people paid attention to the stars, the movement of planets, and it was important to them. And it makes sense because the sun is important, and the movement of stars is significant, and I think we know that deep down. So anyway, I was thinking about pathways and energy, you know, the sun hitting the solar panels and the magic that creates. I shouldn't have this radio on. Oh no, another copyright violation, whatever. But what's new? What difference at this point does it make? Hang on, let me park this silver slipper, slide it into the rack. It's running pretty decent, about 90%. Good enough for me. Give me 90% all day long, and I'm a winner. I'm gonna be with winners. All right, there it is. Maybe there. Okay, we have an eclipse, Westwood eclipse. Palm readers. There you go. Broken lines. You know, what's my chart? Somebody read it. Look at that line. Is that the heart line in the middle where it's like split? Read that, somebody. Hang on. There we go. Read Westwood's palm. There you go. Now you know everything you need to know about me and where I'm at in life. You don't want to know. But yeah, that energy, and what you're seeing right now is a potential hijacking of that energy. You think of when people come together at big arenas, you know, you got 80,000, 100,000 people at a football game or at a funeral, you know, delivering eulogies. When you have that kind of energy that's in a way captive, you can divert that energy towards whatever topic that you want. And so that coming together of people en masse can be used for good or evil. I don't even want to say good or evil. Can be used for different purposes. You don't want to get hijacked into those purposes that other people have laid out for you, because that is what happens many times. You look at the rallies, you know, the Hitlerian rallies, the Nazi rallies, and all the people. I mean, and this, you know, when everybody is on board at one time in one place at one event, it's like energy harvesting or energy diversion. Hi, Tilly. Hi. Stars of the show. Dark to light, light to dark. So yeah, be careful of that and getting wrapped up into that emotionally, and you can open yourself up to allowing your energy to be bled out, I think. And so it's important to make, I'm that outlier that's always, I don't even know if I want to go there, but you know, at certain events when everybody's doing something, I'm the guy that doesn't do it. You know, and it's my own personal beliefs. It's not a religion. It's not, you know, some dogma. It's just how I feel. You know, for instance, people stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, put their hand over their heart, and they recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I don't do that because I'm not pledging allegiance to a flag. And I know it's to the republic for which it stands, but I don't pledge allegiance to that either because that's a man-made institution that is corruptible, and it has been corrupted. And so I don't pledge allegiance to that. I really don't pledge allegiance to anything. I just, I realize that I am the caretaker of my soul, and my thoughts, my actions are the only things I can control. And that's hard enough. You know, I have to be true to myself. And, you know, pledging my energy to something else like that is kind of giving it away and delegating it to another power. And I never resonated with that. And I've always been the guy that kind of looks around like, man, I ain't following the crowd. I just don't. You know, the sheep are jumping over the cliff. No, I'm going this way. You know, I'm that person. You know, I'd be that, hey, what's this cattle chute thing? I don't know if I want to go down that path. There's an interesting, someone invented a cattle chute. I can't remember what the name is. But, you know, it was a lady or a girl, I'm not sure how old she was, but she made observations about cattle in the field, and they tend to graze kind of in circles, and they meander, never in straight lines, like we harvest things in straight lines and like order. Cows just kind of, they meander through nature. And so what she noticed was, anxiety with the cattle would go up when they're going down a straight cattle chute. Obviously, because it's not a natural thing. They know something's wrong, internally. Oh, yeah, it is. You're about to become a roast or a steak. So, obviously. But what she did is invented like a cattle chute that it curves as they walk down it. And so it relaxes the animal. It's more of a natural pace. And, I've worked around them before. And, they're interesting creatures. Very bigger than you think, and when you get next to them. But yeah, that cattle chute became a cattle path, and it made it easier to, they were more voluntarily led to the end. Just an interesting thought. But yeah, I'm that guy that looks at it, I'm not going down that thing. And so that's how I've always been. That's just in my nature, and that's why I always say trust yourself, because I do trust myself. I trust my instincts and my intuition. And I can't say it's never worked out, because I am who I am because of it. And so I take those lessons and carry them forward. And I think that's important. You know what I forgot to do? I got to go do that. Dang it. What time is it? See, slaves of time. Okay, I know what to do. Always a way, always a path. And that's the thing, when you get diverted and you think you're, blocked, look for the other path. There's always a path. Be like water. Find a path. Water always wins. And you find a way, you find a path, and you just flow with it sometimes. And that's why I say the stream of consciousness. When you're in that stream of consciousness, you don't know where it's going to go, and you don't know what you're going to say. You don't know what's going to come out of you. Much like the video yesterday where I thought, maybe a little too prescient, maybe a little too much. And so I didn't post it. For reasons that, just probably shouldn't be talking about stuff. It just comes out, It's just like, it's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. It just popped in there. I couldn't help myself. From the childhood, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Speaking of which, I got to get some stuff for s'mores. Okay. I got to do that. All right, so I'm all over the place. I'm just following that stream of consciousness, that river of life, that stream of life. Sometimes the river's a little too hard and fast, and then there are other times when it's like the Current River in Missouri. I'd love to travel the Current River. So anybody in Missouri that has property or access to it, or, maybe I'd love to take a trip down there and just float down the Current River. I hear there are many Sasquatches in that area that people have encountered on that. It's a long river, but they call it the Current River, I think, because it's a nice current, and a lot of people, just sit back and let it take them where it takes them. It looks beautiful. I always thought Missouri was a beautiful place. A lot of places there that, always attracted me. So here I am, just following that stream wherever it takes me with my language. Okay, so let me wrap this up. I got some things to do today, getting prepared, go get some supplies for the Westwood event. And as I said before, check my website out, clintwestwood.net, and click the big link at the top about Happy Hour Roadshow 2025, and you'll find all the details. It's going to be in Metamora, Illinois, October 3rd. It's a Friday. It's homecoming. Lots of people, lots of action. We're going to be at Hanover's Bar on the square right next to the courthouse where Abraham Lincoln practiced law on the circuit. Kind of cool stuff. Walking the footsteps of the former president. And the courthouse is nice. You can go in there, and I think it's just donations, and you can see all the stuff. You can see the courthouse at the top, and a lot of Lincoln memorabilia, a lot of information about Lincoln. It's kind of neat. But yeah, Friday, October 3rd, you're going to see the lovely Litecoin Lisa and Clint Westwood. For what that's worth. Click the link below for clintwestwood.net, and then go to Lisa's YouTube channel and subscribe to that. And every Friday we do a live happy hour show. I'm usually out here in the Westwood Bar, but we're going to be at Hanover's Bar not this Friday, but the next Friday on October 3rd. All the details are on the website, and subscribe to Lisa's channel. Hit that notification bell so you can get notified when we go live all the time, every Friday. And it's a good time. Great way to connect with the community every week consistently. Have those conversations. It's good. It's good. It's healthy, and I'm so excited for everybody to show up. I really am. I'm really looking forward to it. The anticipation is building. I've got the butterflies or the bats in my stomach. I don't know, floating around. Depends on if it's light or dark, I guess. No, I'm really looking forward to it. I really am. I see everybody's faces. I already kind of see the events in my mind. Must be that third eye opening up. I really enjoy it. Have some really good friends. Just good people. That's why we do this stuff. That's why we gravitate towards each other. You know, there is that cosmic lighthouse that's out there that's drawing us all together, you know. And many of the stories of our lives, we were wandering boats, maybe lost at times. Certainly lost at times, but we found our way back. Found our way back to each other, from that cosmic bus stop to the lighthouse. We've all found a way, and I just know that to be true. So come together and be a part of that. And that's how I've met so many wonderful people again in this life. And there's more of you out there. And if you're drawn and you feel like you should do it, then what's stopping you? Just show up. Just your time. But it's time well spent. Money, you know, if you got to stay somewhere. But Metamora is a nice area. There's a lot of things to do in the area. Peoria used to be called Whiskey City. And nearly half of the national government's revenue came from the whiskey that was produced just in Peoria, Illinois. There was distilleries everywhere. It's great to check out. They have trolley tours on the weekends, I know, and, you know, historic places in the whiskey district. There's a black band distillery down there that's really cool. They make their own whiskey in-house and use local products, non-GMO corn. Trying to bring back that tradition, you know, that Whiskey City. This is pretty cool stuff that you can check out. So it's not just about going to see happy hour, even though that's a big thing, and hanging out with us, but there's a lot of other things to do. I put links on the website underneath the details for our event, and you can go check it out. There's a local brewery there outside of town, a couple miles. So a lot of things to do. All right, I hope to see you there. I really do. If you feel drawn to do it, do it. If you feel like that lighthouse is calling you, follow that light. It's connecting with you. It's that same frequency. So, you know, never miss an opportunity in life. Don't have regret. Don't look back and say you had an opportunity and the ability and didn't take that opportunity. You don't want to be that person at the end of your life that says, you know, I've led a life of quiet desperation to where I've wanted to do some things. I knew I should have done some things, and I didn't do those things. You know, we're here for the experience. We're here to fine-tune that soul. So get out there and start tuning it. All right? I love you all. I really do. Some of you more than others. I like to say that. There's different levels of love, definitely. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of you. Hope you have a wonderful day. And trust yourselves. Always trust yourself. It's the most important thing. You're the only one who is responsible for your soul and your path in this world. You came with a purpose. Use it. Fulfill it. All right? Have a wonderful day.